Hey there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and today we're going to talk all about crochet, a little about knitting, and a lot about yarn, so stay tuned. Hey there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. I know, I always say that, but that's who we are, and that's where we are. Anyways, I got my tea, so today's tea is David's tea. I still love this stuff, and this is called Magic Potion, and it's purple. It's a purple tea. You guys can't see, you're gonna have to trust me. But inside, this is my little diffuser. There's these, it's called butterfly tea. I think it's called butterfly tea. And it's these little flowers, this guy, and it turns it purple. And then it's got pieces of apple and everything in it. It's absolutely lovely. And this is my little Northern Lights mug. So I put it over there and I drink my, oh my gosh. It's like a flower garden, but not flowery in my mouth. And it's blue. Oh, if you guys can see, it's like purple. All right, whatever. It's not here to talk about tea. Let's talk about a bunch of other stuff. We're getting into some warmer weather and I'm really excited. I wanted to show you what I finished. So I've kind of finished the Harry Styles cardigan. We're sort of on non-speaking terms right now. So I'm just letting it sit over there and just think about what it's done to me. That's kind of what we're doing right now. I actually just have to finish the button panel down the side and then the ribbing, but this pattern stinks. It sucks eggs. It's horrible. Like it would tell you to make these two pieces and then stitch them together. And it's like, well, then why not make one big piece? And there was pieces that were, it just sucked. Hated the pattern. So we're not on speaking terms right now, but I will show you what I've done so far. Okay, so here it is. I mean, I get it. I love the colors. You know, I got all the little tassels coming out and I dig it, right? I dig the colors. It's heavy. It's a heavy sweater. And I even used like a weight of 5 and this thing was supposed to be a weight of a 6. What I don't like is, so the collar I'm gonna have to do something about. I'm probably just gonna like pin it down. Then I have to add the button panel right down here in the center. And then it also calls for ribbing. I don't know what I'm gonna do around the cuffs. I mean, I might just like it kind of loose and blousey. I don't know, it's just, maybe I just need to add the button panel. I don't know, it's cute. It's super, super soft. It's heavy. It's really heavy. Like I could lift my arms and do weights with this thing, but this is it. It's done. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. I mean, I guess I don't hate it as much, but sometimes, you know, you just like, you're kind of finished and you're like, I need a break. You know, like you just need a little bit of a timeout in your relationship. That's kind of how I'm feeling with that sweater right now. A little bit of a timeout for me right now. Plus, it is International Crochet Month. And I was like, isn't every month International Crochet Month? Like, how is this any different? But of course, we know that it is. So I was like, I have to stop. The month of March, I can only crochet. That is it. I'm only crocheting. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing. I started last night on the Karen cakes, the cinnamon cakes. Let me grab my work. And I am actually doing something that I've never done before. Shocking. I thought I had done everything. I am doing a hexagonal cardigan. I've never crocheted a hexagonal. I don't know, but it's turning out really cool. So let me tell you what I like about this yarn so far. What I'm doing is I'm going to stick my finger in there as a marker. So I have the 4 colors, right? I have the berry twist. That's this guy here. I have the strawberry swirl. This guy here. Okay, and then I have this color here. This is called jam swirl. Jam swirl, strawberry swirl, and berry swirl. So I have 2 strawberry swirls. So I'm starting and finishing with this one since I have the most. I'm going to use all 4 colors because this pretty much, I think I'll have maybe like 200 or 300 yards left. So I don't know, enough to make maybe a cowl or do something else. I just wanted to see how this yarn works up. I like it. It is acrylic. It's not the softest acrylic that I've worked with. So it's not going to be like the softest piece that I'm going to be wearing. But the colors are cool. So this is how it's working up. The one in the middle is the strawberry swirl. And then I just started on the jam swirl. And then I'm going to do 2 rows of the jam swirl. Then I'm going to move on to the berry swirl. This guy. Oh, sorry. This is jam swirl. This is berry. So once I finish with the berry, then I'm going to move on to the jam. And then I'm going to go back. So basically I'm making this hexagonal cardigan. So you make 2 hexagons, and then they actually sew together in the back, and that's going to make the seam, and then they come up under the arms, and then you just do a series rows of granny square rows at the bottom for kind of like your base, you know. And then I'm going to do a collar around the sides. So it's cool. It's going to be a cardigan, but I was like, I'm just going to give it a try. Look at the colors. So I dig it. So this basically, as you can see, it makes a real funky shape. But when you this is the magic, apparently. When you bring the 2 edges together, voila, you got this perfect, like a square, sort of, like let's go this way so you can really see the magic here. It goes like this. See how it dips down like that? That's the magic of the hexagonal pattern. So you're making 2 of these guys, and I think these go under the arms. I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, but it's coming out cool. I like the colors. Like I said, it's, it's not scratchy, but it's acrylic and kind of whatever. But it's okay. I like how the colors are coming up. You can see how some of that mottled, or what they call stained glass, is coming through in here. And the variegation, it has nice long strands of variegation, so it's not going to look super choppy. I was actually able to finish, I was pleasantly surprised. I was able to finish almost the entire row, and sometimes the entire row, before I changed colors. So it's got a good pattern that's going through with it. So I'm digging it. So yeah, I'm going to go for this. Now, I'm going to caution you, because even though these are cakes, now I'm a pull from the center kind of girl. Some people pull from the edges. I just don't like it when my yarn goes all over the floor. And sometimes the cake is too big to put into a yarn bowl. That's my reasoning. I don't know, whatever. I like chocolate, you like vanilla. We're all different, right? You cannot pull from the center on these guys. If you look closely, you see how it winds around like this? You can't pull. This actually isn't coming from the center. Oh, no, it's not coming from the center. It's coming from the edge. But you see this? It's a coil. So I tried to pull from the center thinking this is what I do. But if you notice, it's almost like it's a panel of yarn. Look closely, that they wrap into it, like a spiral, if you will, right? To pull the center out of this guy, look what happened. Yesterday, I was cursing, and I was not in a good mood because I had just finished the Harry Styles bit. So let me show you what happens when you try to pull from the center. Oh my God. And it's coming off like in big, huge, literally this was just falling off. And I ended up with this nasty yarn barf. Was not what I was looking to do yesterday. I was like, I need to get my Zen back. I need to crochet. I need to just put this knit stuff away. And I ended up having to do this for a couple of hours. And then it's not knotting onto itself, which is okay. But this is not a center pull yarn. I'm just telling you right now, because this is technically the center, and I don't know what the heck it's got going on, but But anyways, it's okay. It's okay. The other thing I did like about this is I got through a pretty fair distance before I found my first knot, like where the 2 yarns were joined. So you got it's not choppy. You got some really good long strands. If you want to break it up and do color blocking, you probably could do that with this, because there's long enough strands of the color blocking. Like here's a big chunk of pink here. Oh, and here's a big chunk of red. I mean, right? But it's okay. It's okay. I think for what I'm doing, it's fine. You could obviously make you can make an Afghan or something like that with it. But I was like, I just want to see how these colors go together and like it and whatever. So I'm going to use all 4 of these skeins. Once I finish with my jam swirl, berry twist, then I'm going to go into my jam swirl. Then I'm going to go back to my strawberry. And then when I do the border around the bottom, I'm probably just going to mix and match and go all the way across. And then I got to do the sleeve. So I will have a little bit of this left over, not too much, maybe like a half a cake or something left over. And that's fine. That's good. So this is crochet, and this is a hexagonal design. And if you're interested in the pattern, you can buy it ad-free on Etsy or Ravelry. I think it's called Me and Do Crew, or Me Crew and Do, or something like that. Anyways, but she does a lot with like Lovecrafts and Lion's Brand and things like that. But if you don't mind going through her blog, and it wasn't too difficult, you can actually, so I'm just doing the free pattern. So I'll include a link in the notes. It's called the Campfire Cardigan. And I think it's, just if you just want to be like bumming around or something, it's going to be cute. It's going to be cute. I haven't done a hexagonal. I didn't know what I was missing, but I'm enjoying this. And let me tell you, it's going so fast. I got through, I think, one episode of Feed Phil on Netflix, because, he's got a new season out. And I got through one episode of Bad Sisters. It's an Irish show. It's good. It's a dark comedy though, but it's really, it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. So, I could actually finish this if I really wanted to, definitely in a weekend. If I really wanted to push it, maybe, a day and a half or something like that. So easy. So excited to be back in my crochet. Woohoo, I'm so excited. And this is acrylic. And as you know, it's getting a little bit warmer. And so we are moving into some warmer weather yarns. And I wanted to show you what I have going on. A lot of you have been asking, what's your favorite like DK weight for the winter months? So this is the yarn I'm using for the Harry Styles cardigan. And it's 100% superwash merino wool. So it is going to be a little bit on the warmer side, super soft. But it is going to have some limitations as far as, especially for me here in Southern California, we're going to be doing some traveling. We're going to Ireland and Scotland and England in June, July. And it's probably going to be cold. And then we're going to be doing like Dakotas and Wyomings and stuff like that in August, September. So it could even snow. So I'm cool. I'm not cool. I'm okay with this yarn. But I did start going through and pulling out and doing a little bit of shopping and looking for some of the new summer yarns that are coming out. So I wanted to show you that right now. So summer yarns, that's going to be anything. I really prefer, I have no problem using acrylic for like blankets, baby blankets. Sometimes it's really soft, but for clothing, I love the feeling of a natural fiber. Cotton, silk, alpaca, a wool, a nice light wool, a bamboo, all of those are nice. They're breathable, they're sustainable, they're easy wash and wear, and they're cool. And they just feel better. They have a better drape. They feel natural. Anyways, so as you know, I am making a top, and you guys have been asking about this. And yeah, I did kind of go to the back burner a little bit for my son and his girlfriend. They both picked out these tops. My son picked out this top. And the reason that I've been hanging out is because he changed his mind on the colors. He originally said he wanted ecru and like a navy, but then he saw this shirt in this ecru and the green. He's like, I want that. I'm like, oh, fine. And then she saw a shirt, a new style that I could not figure out the square. It was like granny square looking thing. It was a crocheted square, a series of them. And I'm like, I cannot figure this out. So I did some research. What she wants, or this top, and that's cool. I love the challenge, is filet crochet. Have you guys heard of this? This is old time. And the reason that I even knew that was I was looking at the description and it said that this is based on a crochet style from the 1910s and 1920s. I'm like, what the heck? What is that even? So I had to Google it and research it. And it's what women used to use to make tablecloths and lace curtains. When you think of like Irish lace, the little itty teeny. I'm looking for like a little tiny crochet hook. These guys that I ended up getting from my mom, my friend whose mom passed away, like these are lace. And you use the Aunt Annie's crochet thread, that kind of stuff. I was like, oh no. We are not going the crochet thread route. We are not. As it turns out, I can use this yarn with this pattern. I'm just doing it in a fillet and it's going to be fine. And I have a bigger hook and it's all going to be great. One of my Fires should probably work for that. We'll see. I don't quite know. I've got a 4.5 and a 4.5. Might have to go a little bit smaller. Oh, fire, help me. I'll have to go and check out and see if they have any smaller hooks for that kind of a deal. Anyways, so the yarn that I'm using, now she wants the ecru as well. Good thing I got a lot of it, but now I've got this rose gold color, which is gorge, right? Beautiful. I think it's called mauve. It is called mauve rose or mauve rose, how you want to say it. I say mauve, but whatever. So I got a lot of this color, a lot of the navy, tons of ecru, wonderful, and this really nice green color, which is called sage. I wouldn't call that sage, but it's okay. So that's fine. Now I just have to wind it all. So that's what I've been holding out on. Plus I wanted to finish some knitting stuff. Now I've got to wind these guys and move into it. So first of all, I wanted to show you, getting on to the idea of the summer yarns. This is called Fibra Collection, or Natura, and it's radiant cotton. It's 100% Egyptian cotton. Now there are a lot of types of cotton that you can get. You can go and get the sugars and cream, which you would use for like dishcloths. It's kind of rough, it's pilly, it's kind of unnatural feeling, you know, like rough sometimes, yeah? And that's good for like dishcloths, or maybe dish towels and things like that. Cotton's really absorbent. You don't want to use an acrylic because it's not going to be absorbing. Then you move into sort of your mersized or your Egyptian cottons and things like that that have a little bit of a sheen to them. These are great for clothing garments. I would not use this ever on a towel or a washcloth because that would be a waste of a beautiful yarn, but it's really great for crocheted garments or knitted garments because it's going to have a little bit of that drape to it. It hangs really, really nicely. It's great for warmer weather, so it's going to be a little bit cooler. It's going to be more airy, which is what a natural fiber will give you. It's more breathable. And then, of course, it's going to be the wash and wear as well. So this is a weight of 3, so it's a lightweight. Right? It is machine washable, but you want to do it on cold. So you don't have to do anything special, just do a machine washable. I probably would use one of my delicate soaps, like that I use for my blockings and things like that. But this is an Egyptian cotton and you can just see the sheen to it. But it's beautiful. It's really nice. I got this from Webb's. And I got it on sale because otherwise they're really expensive. So this is a great cotton. Now this is not a DK. It's a little bit lighter. That's okay though. So I wanted to show you some of the other stuff that I got. Loops and Threads just came out with a new line, and they're kind of, I think, going up against the Kubu, the Nubu, and the Trubu, all through Lion's brand. So Kubu, Nubu, and Trubu are cotton and bamboo, or nylon and bamboo, or I think there's like a cotton and bamboo mixture. So Loops and Threads just came out with this. I found this online at Michael's, and it was web only, online only. And this is 100% rayon from bamboo. So it's also a weight of 3. It's 100% rayon from bamboo. This is really, really pretty. It's very soft. So it's very similar to the Egyptian cotton. It's actually a little bit slicker, a little softer, that it kind of, sometimes I have a hard time using these yarns because they tend to slip, and then I'm not able to really keep my gauge, my stitch sizes uniform. That's the only thing sometimes with this slippery stuff. Not as much with this. It just seems to have a little bit more structure with the 100% cotton. But anyway, so Loops and Threads just came out with this. And like I said, this is called Silky Soft Rayon from Bamboo, and I'm looking forward to it. It's really pretty. So I got 2 skeins of each one. I got it in this plum color. What's the actual color? It don't say. It doesn't say. It's just, I don't know. I thought it was like a berry or something, but I'm not seeing it on here. But anyways, this is sort of like a razzleberry, boysenberry kind of a color. And then this is sort of a lavender. So I got these 4 skeins. I haven't worked with them yet, but I'm going to give them a try. So I'm going to be doing a lot more with the rayons and the bamboos and different things like that. I have some Kobu and Trubu and Nubu, but those are older yarns, and I just wanted to focus on the stuff that just released, that just came out. Again, it's for summer, springs, that kind of stuff. So Loops and Threads just came out with their Silky Soft Rayon from Bamboo, and this was on sale. I'll include the link to the Michaels site as well. The next thing that I found, this is from Premier. This is also a weight of 3. So you're going to find that your your natural fibers, your cottons, more of those summer, spring feels are going to be a little bit thinner, all right? They're not going to be in the bulky size. I mean, they can be, but if you're looking to make like a drapey camisole, cardigan, tunic top, these are beautiful yarns for that because they just hang and they drape beautifully, okay? Then you're probably going to be looking at a 3. Now this is called Afternoon Cotton, and it's by Premier. It's 136 yards. This is also 100% Mersey's Egyptian Giza or Giza, depending on how you say it, cotton. So this color here is called Parchment, and I ended up getting 4 skeins of this. I got Parchment, and then I also got Rouge. Now, this technically is the same yarn as this guy. It's the same weight. It is the same product. This is Premier, okay, and this is called Parchment. This is the Egyptian cotton. It's going to have a little bit more structure than this guy. If you notice the two together, the cotton one, this one here, just has a little bit less sheen to it, and it just feels a little bit, I wouldn't say coarser, but just not quite as smooth and slippery as this guy here. But this and this are the same product. This one's a little bit shinier, a little bit smoother. This is 100% Egyptian cotton, and this is also 100% Egyptian cotton Merseyized. This was like, I think, $4. I'll include the link below so that you guys can see. This has 186 meters or 203 yards, this one. And this one here is a bit smaller with coming in at 136 yards. So quite a bit smaller, about 70 yards difference. But these two are both cottons. This is going to be made into a shell, I believe, just like a little bit of a tunic shell. So I got the Parchment, and then I got the Berry. Now, the original reason why I'm picking out these colors was I thought I was going to use that as a collar to tie in to my acrylic hexagonal Afghan, but as it turns out, I don't think that you should mix fibers. You're going to either go all acrylic or all polyester, or all cotton, or all true boot, just because they wear differently, they hang differently, they wash up differently. And if you want to have a good product at the end that you're going to be happy with, I really don't like combining. Now, these two obviously are fine because it's the same, right? These two are fine because they're the same, but I would not mix these two together. And you can kind of just see they just feel different. I mean, you know, if it's the same weight and all that kind of stuff, maybe. And if you're using like natural fibers, but definitely not like these two guys together. It's just, it's very noticeable to me in the feel and the look and the way it hangs. So I'm not going to do that. But this is probably enough to make maybe a card, like a little shell, a tank, something like that. I have a really cute pattern that's a series of granny squares that are kind of like on a diagonal. It's like a tank top, super cute. And I probably have enough of this to make that, especially if I'm going to combine the two. And that could be cute. So I might end up doing something like that. And that takes like a day. So that should be a pretty fun project. The next thing that I found Lion Brand just came out with is it's cotton, bamboo, and linen. This is like the trifecta, people. If you're looking for a beautiful, light, cool weight for warmer weather yarn, you're going to want, as I've been saying, cotton, bamboo, and linen. And this is a combination of all three. I got this on the Lions Brand website. You can't get it in stores. You're not going to find it at your Michael's, Joann's. This is called a sage. I believe it's just called sage. It is 40% cotton, 35% bamboo, and 25% linen. Each skein is 50 grams, 164 yards, or 150 meters. And this is a weight of a 2. Very, very thin, but it's so beautiful. Now, this yarn, I'm really excited to use. It's going to have that feel of the cotton, but it's not going to be quite as rough as this. It's got the feel of the bamboo, right? But it's not going to be as slippery as this guy. It's going to have more structure. And then it's got linen, which I love linen, but linen can be a little stiff when you first start working with it. It can be very, like literally like stiff, like it's not very bendy. But the more that you work with it, the softer it gets. Considering that we're mixing up the strength of the cotton, the softness of the bamboo, and the strength, the longer fibers of the linen, this yarn's going to be absolutely beautiful. And I got 3 skeins of it. I thought I had 4, but maybe I just got 3. But that should be enough to make, like, I have a really pretty shell tank top that I'm going to be wearing. So to get back, people are like, what do you use? For me, it's always going to be the natural fibers. And if I can find a natural fiber that is like a combination like this, I think this is a great way to start. This again is Lions brand. I'll include the link below that you guys can go and take a look at it. But it was currently on sale because it's brand new. But these are all, this is brand new from Lions brand, cotton, bamboo, and linen. At least it came up as brand new. It said new arrival. And again, it's 48% cotton, 35% bamboo, 25% linen, and it's a weight of 2. This is brand new in from Premier Afternoon Cotton. This is 100% cotton, Egyptian cotton. So again, if you're going to be getting cotton, but you want to make it for a garment, you want to look at getting the Egyptian or the Mersey's cotton. Don't just get like the sugar and cream or whatever that one is. That's just really, it's awful. Truly. And I'm not a yarn snob, but if you want to call me a yarn snob because I just call that stuff awful, fine, go for it. I don't care. It's just rough and it pills and it sheds and it fluffs and it's great for washcloths. It absorbs, if you want to like make a washcloth or a dish towel that you can use in the kitchen or give away, fantastic. I mean, there's a use for every kind of yarn out there, just not that one for clothing, in my opinion. Okay. And then this loops and thread, again, this one came up as a brand new one. And this is their Silky Soft Rayon from Bamboo. Again, it's going to have some really, really good drape. So this is what I'm going to be working on next for all of my summer garments, moving into my summer and spring garments. Let me hold you up so I can see. Yeah, and I'm going to start moving on to these guys. I have to wind them all. They're beautiful, though. I love these colors. I really, really do. So that is what's coming up. So this week, so much coming up. I'm checking out the new Premier Ombre, and it should be arriving any minute. It's only available at Premier, and it's only available online. You can't get it at Michael's or Joann's or anything, but Juan the Yarn Addict has been going on about it. Crystal over at Bag a Day Crochet and Glenda over at Creative Grandma, they've all been going on about it. And so I thought, ooh, I got to get on that boat. So it should be arriving today. And I'm going to be doing a whole review. I got 5 different colors. So I'm going to be doing a review on that guy. Plus I got some really cool product reviews. And I'm going to be coming back with more information on my knitting machine and my experience with the Addy knitting machine. So stay tuned. So all of that, all of this here, we're talking about cottons. We're going to continue talking about cottons and natural fibers at least through this month of March, but probably for the next couple of months, because I'm doing a lot of work with those guys. I'll have this hexagonal cardigan finished next week for sure. It's acrylic. That's nice. I love the colors. Just want to see how they work up. So it's all good. All right, that's all I've got for this week's podcast. But like I said, tune in and make sure you hit that notification button because I got a lot of stuff coming up this week and I don't want you to miss any of it. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. Tell your friends about us. Stay tuned. Stick around because I'll be here and I want you here too. So as always, I'll see you soon.